Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone who are here. Thank you for your time. Thank you to believe in our program. Thank you for believing in our global integral beauty networking. This is the 2024. So far, so good. This is our third networking in 2024 after 3 years consecutive. Everyone who don't know me, my name is Italis Bailey with more than 19 years experience. I'm a registered nurse and also MBA in Business Administration, Marketing, Skincare expert, Global Integral Beauty leader. I'm also New York State licensed medical esthetician, author of the bestseller for 2 editions, a Global Integral Beauty expert. This is the third year that we are building the new book with all the professionals in different countries. So, international speaker in marketing and aesthetics, and I also have my own program. It's a hashtag with Idalis. I'm doing interview and also podcast. Let's go to start with Dr. Mike. You're experienced, Dr. Mike, who can combine the comprehensive facial rejuvenation. How do you tailor or your approach to make individual patient next expectation?
Yeah, so, at the end of the day, when I approach patients, my goal is always I follow a couple different rules. Number one, just because we can doesn't mean we should, and less is more. And in her case, the typical aging patient, 48 to 50 years of age, who has wrinkles that are both dynamic and adynamic, meaning those that are from sun damage, environmental pollutants, etc., versus those that are from action. Combination therapy for her is always an option. With that said, I oftentimes will approach it from a non-invasive combination therapy versus an invasive combination therapy. Somebody who's not ready to put their toe in the water with surgically, a non-surgical approach can use the combination of fillers plus or minus fat grafting. I use LipoCube exclusively for all my facial fat grafting. And I consider that a minimally non-invasive approach to facial rejuvenation. Chemical peels, laser skin resurfacing, fillers, neuromodulators such as Botox Cosmetic to help improve those areas are a great starting point. That being said, over the years, I've really fallen into the new thought process that anybody over the age of 45 to 50 is matriculating out from the non-surgical approach to facial rejuvenation. And here's my reason why. So many times we're chasing volume loss in the face. At the age of 33, the bones in the face start to shrink. That in the face tends to atrophy or go away, especially in those patients that are very fit as they get older, take care of themselves, etc. Facial wasting is a true entity. And chasing facial aging at the age of 48 and on with fillers results many times in what has been known as filler face. Filler face comes from putting too many fillers in the wrong place and patients tending to look very exaggerated. So with that said, anybody over the age of 45 to 50, I am now approaching with a more surgical mindset using products such as LipoCube and skin tightening devices, both externally, such as microneedling with a radio frequency, or internally, such as a product called Rejuvenation, which is helium-based plasma with radio frequency that causes contraction of the fibroseptal network between the skin and the muscle. That combined with deep plane face lifting, deep plane neck lifting, is a really good way to give patients a natural look and turn the clock back 10, 15, sometimes 20 years. I think in this patient, as far as what she has the general aging process. She most likely would be a patient that would do really well with some type of either mini or full deep plane face and neck lift, plus or minus fat grafting, external treatment to the skin, CO2 lasers versus chemical peels. And then obviously and always I promote a good skincare program because patients have to continue to participate in taking care of the surgical procedure. procedures that they've had. And that would result good sun protection, daily washing, cleansing, and a combination of different chemicals, vitamin C, vitamin A, etc., to help promote and maintain the elastic properties of the skin.
How would you incorporate chemical peel and collagen induction therapy to treat Lindex, fine wrinkle, and hyperpigmentation and skin elasticity?
I just want to highlight that, living in Southern Africa compared to Europe and North America, our main concern in South Africa is pigmentation because of sun-induced pigmentation, because we have so much sun in South Africa and people are sun lovers. And it's been proven that we age so much faster because it's a breakdown of your collagen and your elastin fibers because of sun-induced damage. So we have a lot of premature aging in South Africa, hyperpigmentation, which also has like an inflammation in the skin because of the sun exposure. So you'll see a lot of patients come with a combination of a sensitized skin, inflamed skin, rosacea, hyperpigmentation. So the problem here is more sun-induced. And patients really don't want to stay out of the sun. I mean, you can do what you want, but we love sunbathing. I agree with Dr. Michael that the first thing you do is definitely give them a very good skin care program. And we have a brand, I know it's international, but it's called Mesoaesthetic, where they do Cosmelan chemical peel. So it's a very, very deep advanced treatment that you do over a period of 8 to 10 months with your patient. So they come in, you do your consultation, and then you prep the skin. So it's very important that they are on the correct skincare, because you have to get the skin balanced. Most people are very dehydrated when they come to you. So there's no point starting a procedure with a patient and their skin is not intact. So you really first want to prep the skin on a 4 to 8 week procedure. And then you would do the Cosmelan, which is like a very invasive chemical peel. That's one of the things that you can do to enhance the appearance. But I would say we do a lot of combination treatments. So we like to do a chemical peel combined with a microneedling. You call it pixel peel, and that's also got a very good result. And also, like I mentioned, the Derm Shield technology, where you can actually use very low pH in the product. So normally the tradition was pH of 3, 3.5. Not to say there's not a lot of great brands out there, but I found if you go with lower pH, you can actually have such more of a better result and a quicker result with your patient. Collagen induction. And there's different kinds that you can use. We have Dr. Des Fernandez. He was the pioneer in collagen induction in the world. It's a program of 3 to 6 to 8 months.
What we were saying before, I think getting the foundations correct first is key when you're doing any type of laser treatment or any type of treatment plan. So first of all, what I would do is ask the client, what is their commitment? Because their commitment might be where they just want one treatment, they're ready for the downtime, but they want that wow effect. Or it might be that their commitment is they want little and often, and they want it to be a gradual change to their skin where it's not maybe so noticeable to their friends and family. So once we've discovered that, if it is, I'm prepped, I don't mind about the downtime, I just want to help with my sagging and wrinkles of the skin and also the pigmentation, I'd be looking at more ablative treatment. So something like a CO2 or an erbium YAG, possibly even plasma, earthed plasma such as the age jet, because you can do quite deep treatments with something like that. And then again, you would look to then maintain their results with skincare and possibly even using something like polynucleotides. Within the UK, polynucleotides are a buzzword at the moment. Everyone wants something with a rejuvenation aspect and to avoid the filler face that we spoke about before. So therefore, you're looking at a treatment plan, not just for the next coming couple of weeks or months, it's about then maintaining that result so they're not coming back in for such a abrasive treatment next time. If it was something that was more, do you know what, I'm a bit scared of the downtime, the side effects kind of scare me, I'd prefer to come in once a month and tackle my issues that way, I'd look at an IPL treatment depending on their skin type and also depending on the IPL system that you have. You do have different types of IPL where you can control the pulse duration, so it is safer for darker skin types. That way you can tackle pigmentation pigmentation, and I always say with IPL, it's kind of like a buy one, get one free. Even though we're tackling the problems on the surface of the skin, such as pigmentation, rosacea, pore size, we also get that heat deeper into the dermis, so you're also helping with the collagen reformation. And then I would look at something like microneedling with RF. You could then do something like a fractionated treatment, and you're again helping those foundations with the collagen, but also treating the skin problems such as the pigmentation on top.
What is important to use professional skincare before or after your facial harmonization treatment?
I say start taking care of your skin. When you start to taking care of your skin ahead of time, it's better because it's the way that we prevent the premature aging. One of the most important tips is in skincare, it's to start on time, because I see people that they have like over 30 years old and they don't even know how to wash the face, or they don't even know what to use for the face. So we don't have to wait to see like sign of aging. I think me as a doctor, I have to like promote to all of my patients how to take care of the skin, starting with a facial care routine early, so we prevent future problems with the skin of our patients, possible conditions that can happen after. No, you also choose to know like what type of skin you have, because some people say, "Oh, doctor, my skin is dry, but I don't know what's going on." We also have to like looking for what's going on with this patient, if the patient have any disease or illness or something happening with this one, and not just this hydration. In general, like a basic facial or basic skincare routine, as our patient have to take care of them. And for example, I have the opportunity to try the Hydrinity, this new brand of skincare routine, and I noticed like the big difference. I start to using with all of my patients here in DR. I live in the Caribbean, so this country is really warm, hot, and different like other countries. And I can see the difference, and I start to like promote and teach all of my patients how to take care of them.
Dr. Mike, how would you address Linda's concern about combining this non-invasive treatment?
As far as non-invasive treatments, and again, in her space, we can work on the quality of the skin, right? The pigmentation, the dryness, areas of adynamic wrinkles. But truly, when you're trying to address the aging process that is going on in somebody like her, you're looking at a more surgical intervention than not. Combination of surgeries is extremely important, and I'm always using CO2 laser. That's my gold standard in my hands when I'm taking care of skin, plus skin care before and or after getting their skin prepped and maintaining their skin thereafter. Sun protection being the mainstay of all of that. But in general, when somebody's getting into their 40s and 50s, I'm more into getting the deeper structures repositioned into the appropriate location and then addressing the skin externally.
What result can expect from this treatment that you are talking about with the peelings and the therapy with technology?
You get different kinds of pigmentation, so we shouldn't always give the client expectations that we cannot meet. There's deep dermal pigmentation and more superficial pigmentation. As we all know, when you start treating the deeper dermal pigmentation, it starts moving up to the top layers of the skin, and then it can actually look worse before it looks better. So that's always the case to explain to the patient as well that, like I mentioned, we're going to have a time frame and we're going to monitor the skin as we go along, but it's never a quick fix, and you always want to encourage the client to use the correct products at home, even if she feels that the situation gets a bit worse before it gets better.
How do you educate your customer or your client about the benefits and experience outcoming with this technology?
The benefits, depending on the technology that we're talking about, heavily within the UK, I suppose there'd be different benefits for different technologies for darker skin types. Predominantly within aesthetics and especially lasers, IPLs, it's only been for skin types 1 to 3. So we kind of miss a big market. And luckily, through research and development from different manufacturers, there now are capabilities of being able to either treat more gently, or where maybe the coagulation rate on CO2 is a lot healthier for a darker skin type. So it's very much about knowing the demographic for the clinic and therefore matching it with the right device. whether you're looking at pulse durations, wavelengths. You need to understand what your demographic is first and how to cater for them.
What innovative technology do you recommend to maintain the skincare after the facial harmonization treatment that you are doing in the
My opinion is microneedling. That's one of my best friends that I use with all of my patients, and I see like the results. So after facial harmonization, when I put fillers or Botox, or I put also like PDO threads, I see with microneedlings and also radiofrequency, that's one of the most effective results that I see with those devices in my experience.
Just to share my experience too, and also my opinion, I'm so happy to have all of you, and each one is dedicated according to their experience. But the key for this skin rejuvenation treatment is always thinking about prevention, and we are happy today that everyone's are talking about the personal care and quality of life. As you remember, years ago, just only a celebrity or millionaire people was doing this kind of treatment. But today it's very important. It's very important. That's why we have our VIP guest that is coming now, talking a little bit about. So we're going to introduce Keith O'Brien, from CEO of Hydrinity.
Thank you. I think the first thing is I'm honored to be on such a esteemed panel with people from all over the world. So thank you for letting me share this platform with you. Yes, I'm the CEO and founder of Hydrinity Accelerated Skin Science. We're relatively a new brand, less than 2 years old, but already the fastest growing professional skincare brand in the US. We're in 14 countries across the globe already. Our background, just real briefly, we came from regenerative medicine, had a regenerative medicine company, and we were using hyaluronic acid. And what we found is that RHA is a little special. The way that it was treating severely compromised skin in advanced wound care patients, head and neck radiation oncology patients, we made that decision. If it will work on these types of patients, then someone who's not severely compromised or their skin is not quite as messed up as the people that we'd been treating, then we have something really special. The thing about all Hydrinity products too, we've talked about it a lot, is every one of our products reduce inflammation and they normalize pH. And what we have found in regenerative medicine, if you have inflammation's good for a little bit, but extended inflammation is the enemy of great skin and rapid healing, and you have to normalize pH also. What we have found, the clinical data really supports normalization of pH, really helps in all aspects of your life. The other thing is probably a little different about me than from most skincare companies is I am a big believer in multimodality. All of my products, they can't do what you guys can do with lasers and surgeries. And I believe healthy skin, and we talk about healthy skin, is a process, it's not an event. And what you do inside the clinic, super important. But if our clients and our patients will do what we tell them to do at home, then everything we do in the clinic will be 100 times better than what it is right now. We're only as good as our clients, the ability to follow our directions. And so I think that's the reason we work so well, is because we do things on the front end and on the back end. And when they come in for their treatments, then everything goes well. We're a simple line because we don't believe you need 10 products. You can use 2 or 3 and get the same results that you get from protocols that say you have to use 7 or 8 and take an hour. Nobody has time for that anymore. We're not in COVID anymore. People can't spend 2 hours at home doing their skincare routine. So it needs to be effective and it needs to be fast. That's the other thing, is all of our clinical results, and we test every product before we bring it to market. You see results in 2 weeks. Clients and patients they're impatient. They will stop their treatment if they don't see something working really, really well right away.
When it comes to treatments such as resurfacing, what Hydrinity product do you recommend to healing and recovering the skin fast?
Number one, I want to agree with everybody before I answer that. I'm sorry, is I think a cleanser is the most important. You have to cleanse your face. Luckily, Hydrinity has one, Prelude. It's the first therapeutic cleanser on the market. We got new technology, so I think you have a cleanser. The other product that everybody should have everywhere is Hyacin Active. It's hyperchlorous acid. We didn't invent hyperchlorous acid. Some people say we just perfected it. With that, so we have a micronized mist. I don't know if you probably can't see that on the camera,
Can't see the
but it's a
spot.
super fine mist.
The
It's at
spray.
it's at 14 microns, and so it's going to penetrate into the pores. It's going to get everything. It's going to clean that out. It makes every product you use better because you're going to be able to get down to that dermal layer. It just kills all the bacteria, normalizes pH. So that's no matter what you use, you should always use those, and an SPF at the end. I'm a believer in that. We don't have one yet, but I believe in SPFs. So post-procedure, I think the highest inactive because it kills all the bacteria, but you can spray it in your mouth, you can spray it, in your eyes. It doesn't burn, but it kills the bacteria. Then right after that, if it's an ablative procedure, I think the restorative HA serum is the best. It's probably the number one post-procedure product that we have here in the States right now because, again, it reduces inflammation, normalizes pH. It has an analgesic effect, and it lowers skin temperature between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius. And with that having an antipruritic analgesic effect, it stimulates collagen and elastin production. What we have found, nobody complains about the cost anymore of a procedure. They complain about two things: the downtime and how much it hurts. These products were restorative was specifically made to reduce those two things. So you get less downtime, less redness, less inflammation, and so you'll see that results within a couple of days. It cuts the downtime in half. So I think you do that. We also have a new restorative mask, a biocellulose mask, that it is great post-procedure. You can put that on no matter how ablative as you cut. I do restore, send them home with a mask to use once or twice a week, or some people just put it on right there in the treatment room right after they do the mask, and then send them home with the restorative HA serum, and then you can continue on that. And then I think it's up to the individual what you're trying to do. If it's a chemical peel, we have Vivid Brightening Serum now. It has 14 actives. It does things different. Not only does it treat pigmentation, it prevents pigmentation. It's a hydrator, and it has some extra. And I think with pigmentation, I'm from Louisiana, so like my friend from South Africa, it's hot here. It's always hot. But what a lot of people don't understand about pigmentation is it's just not the sun, it's the heat. So when you're in heat, that's going to cause pigmentations. We have an ingredient, Agache mexicana, that reduces that skin temperature between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius. So it also, that and the suppression of the melanin production, that helps prevent some of the pigmentation. So it's a really, really good product also.
This experience was fantastic and enlightening.
For me, it's just a privilege, and to meet so many fantastic people from all over the world, and that we're all in the same game. We all have the same goals, so it's great to know.
Yep.
Say informative and insightful. It's great to hear different opinions from around the world as well, and see how different people attack the same problem.
Knowledges, fantastic and amazing people. Thank you, doctor, for everything.
I would say ditto to everything that's been said. Super knowledgeable, and I've just appreciated and humbled to be able to be here with everybody because I took a lot of notes. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity.